Hello everyone, welcome to Ekam IS Academy. So welcome to 1st February, the budget day, where Nirmala Sitharaman has increased the taxation up to the zero tax can be paid up to the zone of regime of 12 lakhs. We'll see. I'm going to make a budget highlights video, and few other economists would also make the budget view and their impressions. I would be also highlighting the key points too, but we would focus on editorials for 1 to couple of days. Then I'd be giving you the summary of the budget too. So today is 1st February, and in the newspaper for the day, in the Hindu newspaper, we had a note for New Delhi on dealing with Trump Erica. The Trump era, the Trump view, the Trump Erica, how we are going to do, and what is the influence of Trump on budget. This is also one notation which we have to calculate. As with the new US president policies impacting immigration, technology, and trade, India must count the cost to its economy as the budget is very closer, and as budget has been introduced by Nirmala Sitharamanji today. So how this Trump era is going to impact India's budget and India's economy? Many people have commented various things on budget today. They have given their first impressions. Yes, it's good that they have their own opinion. But I have something else in my mind. Like I need to connect the budget with the capitalistic government and focus upon the vote bank elections. So all these things are running in my mind. I will prepare a overview of summary within 1 or 2 days regarding with this particular budget segment as such. If you could see this particular, now we will keep ourselves to this particular specific article. We'll stick to this. The Trump administration executive actions on immigration, trade, and with AI will impact India's workforce. So as you know, most of the software companies of US, technological driven companies of US, they rely on the work either on the outsourcing base or on the permanent base from Indians. They take the service out of this Indians. But now as AI is advancing, is it going to affect the India's workforce or not? That is what we have to see. And how it is going to affect the diplomatic ties, economic segments, necessitating the strategic adjustments in the India's policies. How now India has to change. Would India be deliberate? Would India be extreme in this particular consideration or not? That is what we have to check in this particular consideration. And coming to the Trump's executive actions and initial signals. So what are the initial signals? As how we give the first impressions, Trump has also sent some initial signals. On the day when he has won, on the day when he has took oath, the signals almost were most clear that they are going to maintain a very good role, good friendship with India. But yes, see, in any case of priority, Trump is going to first give the priority to Americans. Then only he would be focusing on India's relationship or the rest of the relationships. If you see, Donald Trump has signed multiple executive orders immediately after taking the office, including revocation orders of Biden era policies. Whatever the Biden has given, clear, either whatever the Biden's policy framework was there, he has revocated all these particular orders and exit orders from multilateral agreements which Biden has signed. Before Trump, when he has signed whatever the agreements were there, he did not exit from it. As few of the multilateral agreements which were signed by Trump, Biden did not exit from all the multilateral agreements, but all the multilateral agreements signed by Biden, they have been exited from this particular hero, Donald Trump. Now, White House described these actions as, see, this was in the Times newspaper as such, that hundreds of executive actions in the first 100 hours to kick off America's golden age. So now Trump is saying, like, the works which I'm going to do in the initial hours, they are going to kick off this particular golden age as such. India initially received positive signals. As you know, India was awaiting for this with the Trump winning. As you know, Trump and Modi had some greater closeness in consideration, and Modi has very good friends across the world. Initially, we have got up these positive signals with External Affairs Minister Jaishankar also attending the Trump's inauguration and holding meetings with US officials. And even Jaishankar sir has also shared his views on dual citizenship. Jaishankar sir has also shared his views on how the American portfolio or Indian diaspora is going to benefit with the Trump's administration. So ये जयशंकर सर ने दिया था. However, economic and trade policies under Trump administration could pose significant challenges, because in this economic and trade policies which Trump is going to take, हो सकता है chances are there that might not fit into the policies of India. So there might a greater threat exclusively for India. And despite of good relations in the economic and trade perspective, Trump administration and their policy action or policy framework might be creating a significant challenge for India. This is what your course of concern. So now our thinking line is Trump a threat to Indian economy? सी दोस्ती तो चलेगा, पानी पूरी खाएंगे, नहीं तो समोसा चाट खाएंगे, ये चलेगा, दोस्तानी चलेगा. बट जब पैसे की मामला आएगा, व्हेन द इकोनॉमिक diplomatic segment will come into picture, or when economic ties or economic relations come into picture, it might be between individuals or between the families or between the countries or between the states. This will however come. So now our thinking line is, अभी ये जो Trump है hero, is this hero, how he is a threat to Indian economy, है ना? This budget, is it a friendly budget for India first of all, or is it an influenced or modified budget on the Trump winning? क्योंकि निर्मला सीतारामन की दिमाग में पक्का आया होगा कि like as the Trump has won the election, within budget we have to keep these particular frameworks. So what India is thinking is, India already, or higher officials have already predicted this particular threat to Indian economy. If so, they have did the budget in this segment, or Trump is not at all a threat to Indian economy. मतलब ये थिंकिंग लाइन है, यू हैव टू थिंक इन दिस पर्सपेक्टिव. मेरा मानना है कि लाइक ट्रम्प्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, बाकी चाहे जो भी हो, वॉट एवर द टेक्नोलॉजिकल फ्रेंडशिप इज देयर और कल्चरल फ्रेंडशिप इज देयर और गोलगप्पे का फ्रेंडशिप जो है, दैट इज चलेगा. बट इकोनॉमिक फ्रेंडशिप विद द ट्रम्प is somewhat risky in nature, because Trump want Americans to develop first, then only पहले उसका पेट भरे, then they will think about the rest. So we have to have a thinking line on this particular segment. Immigration crackdown and its impact on India. So if you could see recently, this immigration issue has become a simultaneous policy. As the Trump has won the election, this particular consideration of immigration issue has been running. And how it has been impacted on India, that is what we will see now. If you see Trump's policies focusing on border security, stopping illegal migration and strict visa screening. You know that H1B visa issues jo hua tha, all these are just because of the Trump winning. So border security issues, illegal migration and strict visa screening jo hai, this might pose a threat to Indian diaspora who want to reach there or who are already existing there in that particular consideration. The Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Agency has increased raids and arrests affecting undocumented Indian migrants. So they have made a strict appeal that who might have gone to that particular USA with some illegal documents or in an illegal way, this Immigrations and Customs Enforcement has increased these raids and arrests, which is also hitting India as such. If you observe over, this is a huge figure, very huge figure instead. 7.25 lakh Indians are undocumented in the US and 18,000 Indians are in detention for deportation. You can imagine these many stuff. See, this might be a correct legal action which Trump might be taking, but it is also the fault of Indians who are staying there without any proper documentation as such. Clear? इंडिया में आधार कार्ड से काम चल जाएगा, वहां जाके दिमाग खराब कर रहे लोग. The economic impact of deportation includes, so due to this particular 18,000 Indians when they are sent back, detention, who are in the detention and for deportation, loss of remittances, ये एक economic loss होगा. जो पैसे he is earning, जो भी 1 लाख है, 2 लाख है, 3 लाख है, 5 लाख है, If deportation increases, India will face economic losses and raising unemployment. क्योंकि यहाँ पे आएंगे ये, all these eagles and vultures will come to India back again. And these eagles and vultures, when they come to India back, you know, here already we are facing unemployment because of the rising population or because of the government having more capitalistic approach of policies. So this addition will create more unemployment issues as such. Economic loss would be there, unemployment would be increased, trade pressure would be there. Trump may use tariffs to force India to accept deported migrants as seen with Colombia. So as he has did with Colombia, he can also do it with India. And tighter visa rules, restrictions on H1B visa holders, as I was commenting. I think so Anusha ma'am has made a video. You can just see the video which was made by Anusha ma'am regarding with this H1B visa issues. So, and work permits for spouses will reduce opportunity for Indian professionals. So Indian diaspora across the world would be reduced. Many people might not fly from India to other countries. Indian diasporic connect will be missing. Remittances will be missing. Economic losses will be missing. And in India as a home country, unemployment rate will be increasing. And there are many other social and cultural problems which are associated with this particular deportations. But we have to see what is going to happen, because these things or these issues or these challenges are not seen within shorter span of time. They take time and they need time, and it requires, let's say, 6 months to 1 year to notice what is the actual impact which is going to happen. And trade policy and tariff weaponization, if you see, as I have every time said, Trump is a pure nationalist. I call him as hero and pure nationalist. And on this pure nationalist tagline itself, he has won the election. His America's first trade policy will likely bring more tariff-based pressures on trade partners, including India. America first trade policy will likely bring more tariff-based pressures on trade partners, and उसका trade partners जो है उसमें इंडिया का बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर बढ़ने वाला है इंडिया के ऊपर. In the first term, if you see, Trump withdrew India's generalized system of preferences status, इसको GSP status बोलते हैं, and stopped oil imports from Iran and Venezuela. जब पहली बार इलेक्शन में जीता था ट्रम्प, he has withdrew India's generalized system of preferences, and in the initial stage when he has withdrew, we did not had that greater connection with Trump. But again they might requit and they might add up this particular GSP status to India. And it entirely depends upon what is the relationship. And as Trump also know that because of Indian diaspora, he has won the election. So chances are there he might give a favor to this particular GSP status. Point number 2 is, Trump is very cunning. He is a pure nationalist and yes, cunning bhi hai ऐसे. And in his cunning mentality, usko agar lage, if I don't do anything to Indians as of now or maintain good relations with Indians, next time Indian diaspora might hit the election and the person who is contesting from his party, he might lose the election. So in that regard, he might make Indians to quit completely. Ye bhi chance hai, because next time chances are there a person who is from Indian origin, like Kamala Harris ही मान लेते हैं, like next time Indian diaspora might completely shift to her and she might win the election for the next time. Yet Trump के दिमाग में 100 things are running now, but he will not touch India in the very soon. पहला पूरा world पे touch करेगा, and as he know, Paris agreement से बाहर आया. Already I have explained you that particular concern. Who has to be the leader for this global warming issues and environmental issues and climate change issues? He himself has withdrawn from that particular segment. And if you see, because of these particular trade policies, America first trade policy जो Trump का है, India might face tougher trade negotiations as Trump prioritizes US economic interest. See, when you come to Modi, Modi speaks about world, humanity, entire world should satisfy. But Trump directly says US citizen has to benefit first, then only the rest of the citizens have to be benefited. ये एक ट्रंप का ideology है. Clear? That's why I call him as pure nationalist. And Trump does not hesitate to say this. This is the beauty. Trump does not hesitate to say this. This is the beauty. Clear? And the evolving US-China relationship and Trump, under Trump adds uncertainty. ये कोरिया के एक बार दोस्ती बनेगा, नॉर्थ कोरिया एंड साउथ कोरिया से दोस्ती बनाया, फिर चाइना से दोस्ती बनाया. एक्चुअली यूएस इज डूइंग दिस थिंकिंग दैट यूएस हैज somewhere in the mind of US this Russia is running in a negative mode, है ना. तो जिसका कारण US what it is doing is it is maintaining some trade relations with China, and Trump's tariff threats to China are softer than expected, and India has more threats in relation with China. अब का बात बता रहा हूं, ये सिंपल एनालिसिस है, आगे जाके क्या करेंगे वो 6 months में 1 year में पता लगेगा. And US withdrawals from global agreement and their effect on India. Already US has withdrawn. Trump exited from these organizations like World Health Organization. इसका कुछ काम नहीं है बोल के बोला था. And OECD global tax deal. From this also he has exited. And rolling back commitments on climate change and green energy. And he has exited recently from Paris Agreement too. Already Kyoto Protocol तो sign नहीं किए. And these actions could reduce US funding and support for India's energy. क्योंकि Kyoto Protocol में if he might have been present in the Annex 1 countries or Annex 2 countries, Trump might have had certain goal under the Kyoto Protocol that to gain emission reduction units, he has to invest some green energy projects in developing countries like India. And as India is the first friend for the Trump, obviously किसी और देश में लगाएगा नहीं. Green plants, power plants, solar alliance जो भी हैं, India might have got the funding from this particular segment, but अभी पता नहीं है क्या होगा. So these fundings could reduce US funding and support for India's energy transition and developmental projects under Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol एक बार पढ़ लीजिए. US never have signed this particular Kyoto Protocol and neither the US is interested. It does not want, US actually is the culprit, but US never wants others to to show a finger at them that these are the culprits. That's the reason why they have got the targets. That's why they have never signed this particular Kyoto Protocol segment. And artificial intelligence and its economic consequences for India and Indians अगर आप देखेंगे, earlier most of the service sector from the US projects India को आते थे, नहीं तो Indians used to go there, get work culture from there. But as of now, as the artificial intelligence is advancing, most of the Indians might lose their particular jobs due to this artificial intelligence. Trump's administration prioritizes AI investments, and Elon Musk is present in cabinet, and you know what Elon Musk can do in this technological field. He's a Gautam Buddha of the technological field as such. With a $500 billion target of AI infrastructure project was launched. As soon as this is launched, Indians are out. मतलब when implementation starts to this segment. And AI advancements aim to keep the US ahead in technology, obviously. Reduce reliance on foreign tech workers. And foreign tech workers में पहला आएगा our lovable Indians. है ना? And AI job replacement tricks. Tech leaders like Google, Sundar Pichai say over 25% of new code is AI generated. So 25% of population is already out. आगे जाके ये AI मुझे पता नहीं है, बट व्हाट इट डज, मैं तो इतना यूपीएससी कंटेंट के लिए यूज करता हूँ ये टू गिव मी ए गुड स्ट्रक्चर. बट 25% क्या, मुझे तो लगता है 75% AI कर लेगा एंड 25% कैन बी checked with the quality team and the assessment team. And Zuckerberg predicts AI will replace mid-level engineers. तो ये बड़े बड़े जो अपने सुंदर पिचाई है, Zuckerberg है, Elon Musk पता नहीं what he is thinking now, है ना. When he can relaunch, when he can tuckle up the rocket back to the pad, he can do anything, right? And these changes may reduce demand for Indian tech professionals seeking US jobs. Now hopefully India में क्या कर सकते हैं, फार्मिंग कर लो, है ना. ये मजाक बोल रहा हूँ, बट see, think beyond US, right? Establish a company in India, give jobs to thousands, make India IT hub, AI driven करो. Why you are going there and भीख मांग रहे? This is, मुझे तो ये आर्टिकल पढ़ने के बाद it is appearing like we are begging jobs in front of USA. This is just because of our anti-national Indians, है ना, who went to US for jobs. यार यहाँ पे कर लो, IIT से, IIM से, you are taking the advancement of education, you are going to US for work. क्या जरूरत है? इंडिया में कंपनी एस्टेब्लिश करो, give outsourcing projects to others. अगर मैं बोलूं तो लोग बोलते हैं कि like you are motivating, but this is not the solution. Motivate करना is also, it has become a crime nowadays. Clear? India's response and future strategy क्या होनी चाहिए? India must rethink its educational and skilling policies to absorb impacted STEM graduates, है ना? And New Delhi must factor in Trump's trade, tech and immigration policies, keeping in this particular mind Indians और मोदी भाई देख लो, you have to become a pure nationalist. दोस्ती थोड़ा कम करो, पहले इंडियंस पे फोकस करो, है ना? 12 लाख बढ़ाने से काम नहीं चलेगा. While engaging diplomatically with US, we have to be in a diplomatic way. That's it. गले मिलाना, दोस्ती करो, आइसक्रीम खाओ, गोलगप्पे खाओ, नहीं चलेगा भाई. India's reliance on IT BPM sector, which contributes 55% of GDP and 40% of exports, if you see, means it must adapt to global shifts in AI and digital industries. India is still working on the traditional BPM wala, IT wala, coding wala job. Now we have to advance in this particular AI, then only we can survive. हमारा जो विकसित भारत 2047 है, that 100% has contribution from AI of about 40%, 100%. इसमें doubt नहीं है. So India has to stick to this particular AI regulated scenario. And Trump administrative policies on immigration, trade and AI will significantly impact India's economy and workforce. ये तो 100%. What we have to do? We have to improve the skills, we have to improve the training, we have to improve the working skills, and we have to come in co-path of relation with that artificial intelligence. And India must proactively adjust the diplomatic and economic strategies to navigate these particular changes effectively as such. So greater chances are there, like we might get a question in the upcoming segment regarding with the Trump and AI or Trump policies, H1B visa issues. उसके ऊपर अगर already if you see this question, how will I to you too, India, Israel, UAE and US grouping transform India's position in global politics. ये जो grouping है, how it is going to transform global politics. In the similar scenario, analyze the implications of Trump administration immigration and trade policies on Indian economy and workforce. What measures should India adopt to mitigate these challenges? Already this is a previous year question, appeared in 2022 UPSC CSC GS paper 2, and these kind of questions might come. How the Trump administration on immigration trade policies are affecting India and Indian workforce. What measures which India has to take. That is what we have to focus in this particular consideration. Clear? So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. If you have liked this particular video, please do like it, share it as much as you can. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. Jai Hind.